Hi, I'm Deborah Vogler, Senior Technical Editor of Photovoltaics World Magazine, reporting from Intersolar North America. My guest is Chris O'Brien of Oerlikon Solar. Welcome to the show, Chris.
Thank you, Deborah.
First question for you. How are business conditions around the world impacting Oerlikon and solar PV in general?
Well, Deborah, we're seeing a couple of important trends, and we think long-term these are very favorable trends for our technology for thin-film silicon. We see that the growth in markets is shifting from Europe to some other emerging markets. We see much of the long-term future growth in markets where you have, in the Sunbelt regions, where you see there's a demand for very low-cost systems and where there's high insulation, so where the value of PV is particularly strong. That adds up to, those are two characteristics that are very favorable for what we provide, which is a low-cost thin-film silicon technology that also provides local manufacturing.
What about U.S. markets? What's happening there? What are you seeing?
Well, the U.S. is an interesting market. The U.S. actually is a market where thin film has over a 40% share of installations in 2010. That's largely been driven by First Solar and cadmium telluride technology, but we think that the same factors bode well for our thin film silicon technology. In addition to that, the U.S. has a very strong supply chain for producing thin film silicon modules. We have some of the best and most leading suppliers of key gases for our manufacturing, of glass, of other materials for our technology are based in the U.S.
What about standards activities? There's a lot of buzz at the show this year about standards and other consortia and everything. What's going on with Oerlikon Solar and standards?
Well, in the thin film silicon segment, Oerlikon Solar has played a key role in really driving a standard form factor that has resulted in significant benefits across our base of now almost 900 megawatts of contracted capacity. Those customers are using similar bill of materials, similar form factors have resulted in a decrease in the cost of materials of almost 50% in the last 3 years. And similar savings could be expected as more standardization occurs in the segment. Right now in thin film silicon segment, you still have a limited diversity of different form factors, other key variables, and as those consolidate, we expect that for equipment suppliers and for the end customers, the net result will be larger market opportunities and more savings.
Well, thank you very much for being my guest.
Thank you, Deborah.